This right here, this right here is the kryptonite to any superhero, to any servant, is being offended. And we will always, in your positions, being leaders of people, you're going to have the opportunity to be offended. It's probably going to happen next week. Hi, I'm Dave Auletto, and I'm launching my YouTube channel. If you like the content, please like it, let me know, and subscribe, and maybe I can keep this going. So I've been telling my friends for a while now that I've been wanting to do this, so here it is. Here's my launch. I've got to start by acknowledging what's going on out there in California. All the fires being fought out there. I have some very close friends that are on their way now to fight those fires, so you on the front lines there in California fighting those fires and around the country, God bless you. My brothers and sisters, we're praying for you here in Texas. And I guess you could say this is a tribute to those that are still out there on the front lines in the fire service, really any first responder. This is a tribute to you who are still out there, you and your families. I want to say thank you. I know it's long overdue, but the thank you for my birthday wishes. My birthday, it's kind of cool, is always around Thanksgiving. I love that people just kind of walk around intentionally thankful. I think that's a very good thing to do throughout the holidays there at the end of the year and here at the start of this new year. Experts have said that it's a good thing to do, to start our day off with positivity, things for which we are grateful. We're more productive, we're healthier, we have less toxicity inside our body. The opposite is true. When we start our day off with negativity, focusing on all that negative stuff, all the negative news around us. In fact, it's been said that we are 37% more likely to have a bad day if we filter the entire day through the first 5, 10, 15 minutes of our day if we started off with negativity. So let's be positive here in 2025. Happy New Year and welcome to my channel. So as some of you know, I retired after 21 years of the fire service. I did that to create Firepower 40, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And more recently, I created Human Jolt LLC. You can find me at humanjolt.com. And both of these organizations were basically created so that I could improve organizational health by empowering the individual, by providing personal development there in your workplace. So I'll make sure to leave some links down below so that you can contact me and we can just collaborate to do some work maybe in your communities. So in the coming weeks, I'm going to share how all of this happened, how a very tragic time in my life turned into something really supernatural, an opportunity to impact people in leadership positions, people leading people in organizations just like yours. I happen to believe that I've been given a very unique opportunity to witness the challenges in my community, just like firefighters across our country, across our planet, really. It's my hope that the information on my channel becomes a resource of tools and skills for a leader really in any environment to excel, to empower his team and become better at what they do. So if you know any first responders, any HR executives, or any next-gen leaders who just want some more tools, some more skills, maybe a new mindset to lead the next generation, I want to meet them, lead them to me, introduce me to them. I want to partner, lock arms with you in your community. I like to call this system that I've been sharing a 24/7, always-on talent development system. And this system is not just something that I created myself. It's backed by research, by Gallup, by Deloitte, the DDI Workplace Leadership Forecast that focuses on current and future leadership practices that actually work. Hey, put simply, I want to unboss your boss. I want to transform your bosses, your managers into coaches. And every month we offer a 2-hour training session, which we call our test drive. We want you to test drive our system to see if it's the right fit for you. Participants receive SHRM accreditation hours for the training with us and walk away with a handbook and some great takeaways. You'll love the system that we've created. I'll place some links for that test drive down below. So I like to start by sharing this short video. It's a video of a keynote speech that I provided to a company for their leadership retreat, in which they gather together their managers to discuss the 5-year strategic plan. Where do you think it's hardest? Before you answer that, let me tell you another story. We were called out to a motor vehicle accident on Paisano, and executive, before that light was there. And the guy with more experience is looking back on the way. I was a rookie then, and he says, "Hey, Boot," he used to call the rookies Boots. "Hey, Boot, this isn't going to be pretty. Prepare yourself." When we arrived on the scene, there were 2 cars, in fact, rolled over. And man, I call this the first miracle in the serving business. Is this a serving business? You're all in the serving business? All right, good. I got the right people. You scared me there. You hesitated. All right. So I was helping the family of 5 that had bounced around this car and outside of this car on this highway. And in the other vehicle, it was right there, 2 firefighters helping the teenager who decided to take a few drinks before climbing behind the wheel and causing the chaos. So I was thinking, this guy doesn't deserve our help. He doesn't deserve our service. Man, if I had just applied this concept of serving people like that in my 55 years of life, almost 56, I would not have had to apologize to as many people as I've had to. So fast forwarding, a few years pass, and a man shows up, a young man at the doorstep of our fire station. He says, "Sir, you might not remember me, but I want to say thank you. You saved my life. I was in a car accident. I caused it. I was drinking and I hurt a lot of people, and I just want to say thank you for saving my life." I've talked to rooms of 1,000 people and rooms like we have here, and people will pay attention to this little story in a way that I just know we have this in us. We have this spirit inside of us to be able to serve the person that's challenging us, the one with whom we are conflicting. It's in us. We asked you to share who your superhero is. This right here is the kryptonite to any superhero, to any servant, is being offended. And we will always, in your positions, being leaders of people, you're going to have the opportunity to be offended. It's probably going to happen next week. So, who is it? Who is it in your workplace? Who is it that's causing the conflict for you, the challenge? If they're in the room, don't look at them. Don't look at them. Just keep your eyes forward, man. Keep your eyes forward. Listen, I'm going to have to echo the words of the wisest and the wealthiest man that ever walked this earth when he said, above all else, you got to guard your heart. You're going to learn some things here. Tomorrow, you're going to talk about the 5-year plan. 5-year plan, right? And about what to do, what not to do, how to be successful at what you're doing. Hey, that's important. Do those things. But above all that, above all else, leadership. You're leaders, right? Do this right here, man. Above all else, you got to guard your heart. You got to guard your heart. So yes, leaders of people, above all else, we've got to guard our hearts. And we've got to understand that those closest to us present the biggest opportunity to be offended. Our child, our mom, our dad, our fellow worker, our boss, our spouse. We walk around thinking you should know better. We raise that bar of expectation and we set ourselves up that much more for offense, for the opportunity to be offended. And once we're offended, we're not serving, we're not leading, we are not loving. So above all else, guard your hearts. So in the coming weeks, I'll be sharing key strategies that some of the most resilient people have adopted and some of the most successful managers have mastered in the workplace. Strategies on the fireground work because of one reason. We stayed ahead of the fire. You've got to admit that the workplace has changed and experts are saying it's not coming back. And if you don't have the right tools, if you haven't learned some new skills, if you don't have the right mindset, that next generation is going to be gone in 2 years because you haven't empowered them. You haven't helped them or guided them or developed them. Yes, you, the leader, you account for the biggest variance in engagement in the workplace. About 70% is what the experts saying. You have the biggest impact in the engagement and the success in your workplace. So I hope you'll join me to learn what the experts are saying is the most important habit for any leader who wants to develop high performance relationships. And that habit is having one meaningful conversation per week with your employees. I can show you how to do that.